All right, so still going over uh, solving quadratic equation um, by factoring. So if you were to give if you were to be given something like this, right? Like 3x 3x times x plus 1 equals to 2x plus 2. If you are given that and you are asked to solve it by factoring, uh, the first thing that you would have to do, right? The first thing you would have to do would be to distribute this 3x. So you would end up with 3x squared, 3x times x, 3x squared, um, plus 3x times 1, 3x equals to 2x plus 2, and then you would subtract 2x from both sides, subtract 2x, and then you down to 3x squared plus x, right? 3 minus 2, so just 1x, so x equals to 2, and then to set it equal to 0, okay, and you subtract the 2 from both sides, subtract 2, and then 3x squared plus x minus 2 equals to 0. Because the first step, remember, the first step you have to set it equal to 0. Now you have to ask yourself, then what is the next step that you're going to take? It's to factor your quadratic, because you set it equal to 0 already. Then you would notice that you cannot, there's no GCF for you to factor out. You cannot group. You have a trinomial, but the coefficient is not 1, so you can't just go into factoring that. Well, then you have to look into the different methods that you have to factor a trinomial where the coefficient of the square term or the first term is greater than 1. So in this case, we'll stick with the Colombian method. I believe we did an AC method, one of those example, but this time we'll use the Colombian method. So then we'll just draw our parentheses and then x and x. 3 times 2 is -6, so -6, if we break it down, divided by 1 is still going to be 6, okay? And then we could do divide by 2, okay? 6 divided by 2, okay? That would give us 3, okay? So that's 1. If we divide it by, well, that's it, because we can divide by 3, it's still going to be 2 and 3. So now you have 2 and 3 as your number, so you have to find a way to get a 1 once you add and once you multiply to get this -6. Well, the truth is, if you make the 3 a positive, right, and the 2 a negative, well, if you take away 2 from 3, it's 1. So that's what you need. And if you multiply the -2 and the +3, you get the -6. So then -2 plus 3 are the numbers you need, and then you're going to divide each number by the coefficient of the a term. That doesn't change. I know I didn't label them, but you know them. This is the coefficient of a, coefficient of b, which happens to be originally your 1, coefficient of b, which is 1, and your c term, which is -2. So anyway, so you divide by the coefficient of a, which is 3, divide by coefficient of a, which is 3. This is 3 here, divide by that. And then you ask yourself, can you simplify? In this case, you can, because 3 divided by 3 is going to give you 1. So this side is going to be +1 because of 3 divided by 3. And over here, you're going to apply, because it's still a fraction, and technically you cannot have a fraction, so you're going to use your denominator, slide it in front of the variable to give you your 3x minus 2, and that would be the end of your factoring. But now the next thing, you have to set each one equal to 0. So I'm going to have to erase some stuff from the top so we can continue with the problem. Okay, so erase all that. All right, so then what we're going to do is set each parentheses equals to 0, so 3x minus 2 equals to 0, okay? And then x plus 1 equals to 0. So we're going to solve this by adding 2 to both sides, and it's going to be 3x equals to 2, divide by 3, divide by 3, and then x is equal to 2/3, okay? And then the other one, you could subtract 1, x is equals to a -1, and those are your two final answers, and you can plug them into the original problem to verify if you have the just to verify your solution. But this is how to find your answers. Okay, thank you.